A good Thursday afternoon to you. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities, Subaru, 802 Honda. They're all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. We have thunderstorms in the brew for tomorrow afternoon. We're looking at a couple of various areas of low pressure. And first off, you can see an area of low pressure over the just the vicinity of Prince Edward Island, a little north and east in the Gulf of St. Lawrence. And then another more important vigorous weather system that's developed over the Great Lakes. This has been producing severe weather out in the upper Midwest and northern plains, and particularly the Great Lakes. And it's producing a frontal system, also an occluded front and a warm front that will be developing and then pushing across Vermont. At 500 millibars, these tan lines here, this is the ridge of higher pressure that's afforded a pretty decent day today, and kind of a squeeze play between these two weather systems here. But this is going to be pushing in, it looks like, late overnight with some sprinkles at first, and then some showers during the morning hours. And with those showers, some embedded thunderstorm activity, especially western and southern Vermont. Heaviest in southern Vermont, especially in the afternoon. Looking at where the higher dew point temperatures are and where the convective available potential energy is, you can see it's being sort of slung and pushed in on a southwesterly flow, spinning around this area of low pressure here, and this is going to be making some inroads toward us. Probably not all of Vermont's going to see high cape potential or instability, but western areas are more than likely Champlain Valley, and then cutting across into parts of southeastern and southern Vermont, and most notably some heavier potential for some high precipitable water moving into the region, and some heavy rain producing thunderstorms, moderate to isolated bursts of lightning, intense lightning potential, and some gusty winds about 30 to 45 miles per hour. However, the worst of the weather remains across New York State. Let's take a look at some of the modeling. This is the HER experimental model, and this is valid about 10 o'clock this evening. And that's at midnight, and we'll just kind of run this a little bit of high mid-level clouds, producing a few sprinkles potentially toward daybreak. And then we get into regular shower activity. By about 7 o'clock in the morning, we might be seeing some thunderstorm activity moving into the Champlain Valley. This may be just a little bit fast, but notice the higher DBZs, the red indicated colors here, indicating thunderstorms, look like they're going to be falling apart as they get east of the Green Mountains for the most part. And this is about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, 11, noon. And then eventually things kind of move on out and become a little bit more widely scattered. But the strongest thunderstorm activity looks like it's going to be later in the day on Friday, and then kind of wimps out on Friday evening and winds down with loss of surface heating. And looking at the European model, these are 6-hourly chunks. So this is valid about 8 o'clock in the morning. So between about 2 a.m. and 8 o'clock in the morning, the precipitation has just made it into Vermont. Probably no thunderstorms. But we get into this period here. This is between 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock tomorrow, Friday afternoon. And then from 2 o'clock Friday afternoon through about 8 o'clock Friday evening. Note this training echo potential here with a little bit of a spin up of an area of low pressure, probably helping that along, a little convergence. So southern Vermont being a little bit more under the gun than western Vermont. And as far as north central and northeast Kingdom Vermont, I think that's the least amount of precipitation we'll see, and the least amount of activity where temperatures will hang a little bit cooler. Some areas only topping out probably the mid to upper 60s in a few spots northeast Kingdom, closer to 70 north central Vermont, but western Vermont, southern Vermont are going to be warmer, a little bit better dynamic in terms of convective available potential energy, producing those updrafts for those stronger thunderstorms. Everything does wind down as we get into the evening hours on Friday, and then it's pretty much out of here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.